Hey guys, it's History Behind the Warrior, and welcome to another Soul Calibur video. Now today we're going to be talking about the fan favourite, Kilik. Now Kilik's origins are somewhat unknown, as he was in fact orphaned as a baby. His parents took him and left him at the doorsteps of the Lingsheng-Su temple, where he would be raised by the monks into a young man. Now whilst living at the monastery, he trained in their martial arts style and eventually became the monastery's best fighter. Now whilst living here, he became very close friends with Zhang Lian, and the two developed a brother-sister bond, which in fact made the two more or less inseparable. Now as the years passed by, his skills were way beyond that of a teacher, and as such, Kilik was destined to inherit the holy bow staff, the Kali Yuga, one of the three sacred treasures of the temple. Now despite being very happy that he had been able to prove his worth, Kilik was very nervous to obtain this weapon, as he felt like he'd be taking a very heavy weight on his shoulders. But Zhang Lian reassured him, as she was actually due to inherit one of the temple's sacred treasures as well, the Dvapara Yuga. Now during the night of the ceremony, where they were going to be awarded these sacred weapons, the temple would be struck with evil energy, turning every individual in the temple into a berserk killing machine. The only person that this didn't affect was Zhang Lian, as she was in fact protected from the evil energy due to her sacred item. Unfortunately, Kilik wasn't as lucky, and he went on a murderous rampage, killing almost everyone in the temple. Zhang Lian tried her best to save Kilik from this, but he had truly lost himself to the dark energy from Soul Edge. So as a last-ditch effort, Zhang Lian would throw her the thefan Yuga on Kilik, releasing him from the dark energy's control, but in turn herself be corrupted by it. And despite Kilik trying to reason with her, he realized that she wasn't there anymore and was forced to kill her to spare her from the dark energy's control. Kilik would then be found by Edgemaster, a former advisor and teacher of the temple. Now he'd take Kilik back to his home and burn down the temple. Now when he awoke, he was informed by Edgemaster of his corruption and told him that the only reason that he was still alive was because of Zhang Lian. The sacred mirror that she put on him saved his life, but at a cost. Now at no point can he take this off, or it will drive him mad. Now Kilik was overwhelmed with guilt, but Edgemaster convinced him that if he wanted some form of closure, he should learn how to train and control his power so that he himself could face and defeat Soul Edge, the perpetrator of these events. And that is exactly what Kilik did. He trained under Edgemaster for 3 years, and once his training was done, Kilik set off in the world, hoping to track down Soul Edge and destroy it for all the pain and suffering it had caused. Now when Kilik was at an Indian port, he was requesting for a boarding pass on Maxi's ship, which was actually traveling to Ostrheinsberg. Now whilst Kilik was on this ship, it would be attacked by Astaroth and Nightmare's forces. Now Maxi and Kilik would team up to defeat Astaroth, but during the battle, Kilik lost his thefan Yuga and temporarily loses control. But Maxi realized this and was able to put it back on him. Now after the battle, Maxi's entire crew had been killed off, so Maxi himself would travel alongside Kilik, as he now had beef with Nightmare as he interfered with his pirate lifestyle. Now as they approached Ostrheinsberg, they came across Zhang Hua, a member of the Ming Dynasty Imperial Guard, who also wanted Soul Edge destroyed, so the trio would team up and storm Nightmare's castle. Now whilst Maxi dealt with Astaroth, Kilik and Zhang Hua would deal with Nightmare. Now during this battle, the sacred mirror that Zhang Lian had given to him was shattered and destroyed, but Kilik didn't back down, and he'd finally figured out how to control the demonic powers within him, and with the assistance of the sacred Kali Yuga bow staff, Kilik was able to defeat Nightmare. Now upon Nightmare's defeat, Zhang Hua and Kilik were pulled inside Soul Edge, where they would then face Inferno. Now Kilik was too weak from his previous fight, so Zhang Hua had to do this alone, but unknown to the pair of them is that Zhang Hua's sword was in fact the legendary counter weapon to Soul Edge, Soul Calibur, allowing her to strike down and defeat Inferno. Now after Kilik and Zhang Hua left Ostrheinsberg, Kilik would return back to Edgemaster's home, so that the two could continue their training, as Kilik now had to survive without the sacred mirror that had kept him sane for so long. So over the course of the next 4 years, Kilik would cleanse his soul, as Soul Edge for the most part was inactive. But one day he felt the dark energy within him rise up once again, and Kilik knew that Soul Edge had resurfaced once again. So he would set out with the hopes of finding the sword and destroying it. Now on his journey, he encountered Zhang Hua once again, and they decided to work together. Now after they purified a town that was corrupted by Soul Edge's evil, they encountered a mysterious immortal who was able to defeat Kilik, and was warned that if he were to battle Soul Edge unprepared, then he may never survive. Now this in fact forced Zhang Hua to take Kilik back home to Edgemaster, as Kilik was left in a coma-like state. A month would pass by, and he would finally awaken. When he awoke, he realized how severe his wounds were, and that he was in no condition to battle Nightmare. So Edgemaster would once again train Kilik, as he needed Kilik's help. help. All the dark and negative energy the Edgemaster had drained out of Kilik was put into himself, so he needed Kilik to in fact strike a powerful blow that wouldn't kill him, but was strong enough to expel that dark energy. And upon its completion, Kilik would be given a fragmented shard of the Depara Yuga, as well as a letter from Shanghua saying that she was now training herself to improve her skills so that the next time the two crossed paths, they'd finally be strong enough to destroy Soul Edge. Now by the 4th Soul Calibur game, Kilik would once again team up with Shanghua to track down and destroy Soul Edge. Now on their journey, Kilik and Shanghua started to become invested in each other romantically, but Kilik really did struggle to connect with Shanghua because of her strong resemblance to Zhanglian. You see, Shanghua and Zhanglian are in fact long lost sisters, so Kilik really did struggle when it came to the two connecting. Now the two don't actually play a massive role in Soul Calibur 4, as it's in fact Siegfried that destroys Nightmare and Soul Edge. But as a few years pass by, Kilik and Shanghua do get together and do conceive a child, but unfortunately the two do separate because of the repercussion of the damage caused by the Battle of Ostrheinsberg. The Astral Chaos Realm began to spill into their own, and with the dangers that in fact lived within there, Kilik gave up his life with Shanghua in order to create a safer world. So he would travel around, closing any Astral Chaos gates, and in fact every time he did this, Kilik would create a temporary link with the souls that lived within there. By doing this, he in fact learned multiple different fighting styles, and although this did benefit him, it was in fact slowly killing him. The power that resonated from the Astral Chaos started to infect his body, but despite knowing this, he would continue to press on, knowing that by doing this, he would give his child and Shanghua a better tomorrow, and a life they could live that wasn't shrouded in fear. But yeah guys, that's actually it for the Kilik video. Hopefully you've learned more about the character by watching this video, as Kilik is a fan favorite and is rumored to in fact be the main protagonist of the new Soul Calibur game, Soul Calibur 6. So hopefully this makes you a little bit more familiar with the character. But of course it does seem like they're going to be taking it in a different direction, so don't expect everything that I do say here in this video to go the same way as the Soul Calibur 6 campaign will. Now what are your thoughts on Kilik, and would you be happy if he was the main protagonist of the game? Please do comment down below, and also let me know who else you would like to hear me talk about from Soul Calibur. I've been considering Taki for a very long amount of time, and I've in fact been waiting for her trailer to drop, but seeing as that doesn't seem to be coming out anytime soon, would you guys be interested in seeing a video about her next week, or would you much prefer someone else? Again, comment down below. Now guys, before this video wraps up, if possible, let's try getting it to about 500 likes. It's a great way of helping out this channel since YouTube's ad system is broken as hell. So be giving it a thumbs up, it helps out a ton. And if you want to go the extra step, we also have a Patreon set up, and a link for that will be down in the description below. Anyway guys, as always, please comment, like, subscribe, and share this video with everyone you know. Please take care, and I'll see you all next time.